Well done, lad. Hi guys, welcome to the briefing for this first stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbours no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We've got what it takes to be in amongst it in the final sprint and finish in the top 10. Don't be overawed. Have a good stage, guys. Go! Go!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this first stage of the Paris-Nice. Without any major obstacles en route, we can expect a showdown between the most explosive elements in the peloton at the top of the Côte de Meudon climb, the finish of a stage that is raced entirely along the roads of the Ile-de-France.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. Okay, lads. Nothing's... The short climb to the finish is steep, so you'll have to step on the pedal at the right moment if you want to have a chance of victory.
Okay, I'll protect him.
It looks like you've got an exit slip from the peloton. It's riding quietly.
Let's not forget that in this event, road races include 2 intermediate sprints, each earning 20 points for the rider who crosses the line first. The first climb of the day is classified as 4th category. There will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings.
You are 2 kilometers from the top. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
There's an attack behind.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. Your breakaway companions look like they want to up the pace. Well, on flat stages, that's not where you see the most drama. You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important. You are 2 kilometers from the top.
A new climb is approaching for the head of the race. Once more, there will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings.
Continue comme ça! Lâchez rien, allez! Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Courage! Allez les gars! Courage! Continuez comme ça! Allez! Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars! Continuez comme ça! Allez! Continuez comme ça! Continuez comme ça!
The next 2 climbs are classified as 4th category. There is an
Allez! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça!
Lâchez rien, allez!
Continuez!
Allez les gars, allez les gars, on continue comme ça!
Continuez les gars!
His teammates are leading the chase at the head of the... He's in trouble. It's not sure that he'll be there for the sprint. Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton.
The front of the race is a...
On lâche rien.
They're riding hard. You're not doing your share. Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
A few more kilometres before reaching the foot of the final climb. The breakaway has a good enough lead for it to believe in stage victory. Only 5 kilometres left for the head of the race.
He's just fallen. That may cost... The peloton is 1 minute 30 behind you.
The final climb has begun. The breakaway is on course to pull off a win.
Okay, but give me time to move up a bit. I'm not well placed.
And here's the red pennant.
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. Applaud him. He's amongst the leading riders this year. He will climb onto the podium to receive... We can say that everything... He is in sparkling form and you can clap him loudly.
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. I hoped that we'd play a leading role, but from that to win this stage, you have put in a superb performance. Well done for this win. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and without any difficulties. But be on your guard as the wind can lead to Baroudeurs. As we've got the yellow jersey, we'll have to shoulder our responsibilities and set the pace in the peloton. But the main opponent today is the wind. We can target a top 10 place, and maybe even better if the stage favorites are caught out by the wind. Have a good stage, guys! Go! Go!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. With a flat route that harbours no difficulties, today's stage is destined for the sprinters, and we should see a mass sprint in the streets of Saint-Amand-Montrond.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to...
Okay, I'll wait.
It looks as though it's going to be an easy day in the saddle, guys. But watch out for Baroudeurs in the closing kilometers if the wind picks up. Make sure you don't get caught out.
One minute for the breakaway. It's looking good.
He has provisionally taken the yellow jersey from us. It's nothing dramatic. The stage is long. When you have a very good sprinter in the team, it makes sense to stick with a breakaway in order to favor a mass sprint and vie for the stage win. Unless, of course, a rider from the team is present in the breakaway.
The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. The breakaway is losing ground. Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady.
The breakaway is upping the... The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The breakaway is losing ground.
Well, on flat stages, that's not where you see the most drama. You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important will happen.
Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
Bravo les gars! Continuez comme ça! Allez les gars, courage!
Courage! Allez les gars, continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage!
5 kilometers. The breakaway should hold out to the end. The peloton won't have managed to catch up before the finish line.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. Okay, we'll consume a feed.
Last time check with the breakaway, 1 minute.
Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
The red pennant is in sight for the...
The breakaway is under the red pennant. It's going to win.
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. Applaud him. He tops the standings and will receive the traditional honors. He will climb up. He tops the standings.
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity. We retain the yellow jersey. It's today's source of comfort. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties.
Hello and welcome to all. Contrary to habit, the finishing line in Baroudeur does not sit at the top of a climb, but on the flat. That should give hope to the sprinters. But there will still be work to be done because they'll have to withstand the attacks by the punchers over the steep closing stretch of the stage. The brake still isn't done. They're stepping on the pedal at the front of the peloton.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. Guys, at the beginning of this tour, the sprinters will not allow breakaways. If there are more than 5 or 6 riders in front, the sprinters will get their teammates to ride.
The peloton is caught. There's no more escapees.
You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move. Don't let the counterattack catch up. The peloton won't let such a large group get away.
Okay, I'll protect him.
It looks like you've got an exit slip from the peloton. It's riding quietly. Well, on flat stages, that's not where you see the most drama. You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important will happen.
Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady. The breakaway is 10 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
Here's the winner of the intermediate. Your breakaway companions look.
Okay, I'll wait for him.
Puncture! Puncture! No, just kidding. It was to wake up the mechanic. At the front. Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton.
Bravo les gars!
Watch out. You're not going to... His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap. Watch out for him. He's the best puncher in the breakaway. The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down. Here's the positions over the last climb. Go, guys. You've got to keep up the rhythm to defend the yellow jersey.
Looks like the breakaway still has some gas left. It's still able to widen the gap. The breakaway's passing through the feed zone.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end. The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be... Stage win.
Last time checked with the breakaway. 1 minute.
Les gars, on continue comme...
Allez, allez. Allez, on y va. Bravo. Allez les gars, courage.
The peloton is 1 minute away.
Watch out. You're not going to be able to keep up this pace very long. You'll risk a blow-up. If you continue at this rate, you'll explode. He's in trouble. It's not sure that he'll be there for the sprint.
Continue, on y va. Plus vite. Allez. Allez. Allez, oui, allez. Continue.
The breakaway is holding off the peloton, but it's going to be difficult.
The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb. Okay, I'll wait for you. being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
.30 lead for the head of the race.
10 kilometers from the finish for the leaders.
Allez,
5 kilometers for the breakaway. It'll be tight for the stage victory.
Bunched peloton. There's movement at the head of the peloton. Last kilometre. It will be decided in the sprint.
He succeeded in avoiding all the... He will climb onto the podium to... He is in sparkling... He is in sparkling... He will climb onto the podium to...
Well done, guys. It's a nice podium place today. I wasn't expecting such a performance on this stage. Once again... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Given our lead in the general classification, we're going to have to go... We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and without any difficulties. But be on your guard as the wind can lead to Baroudeurs. We can target a top 10 place, and maybe even better if the stage favourite...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today's stage can be considered as open. The 3 climbs that lie within the final 70 kilometres should complicate the endeavours of the sprinters' teams. But once these obstacles are crossed, the road will be far more favourable to a peloton moving at top speed. But there will only be 30 kilometres left before the finish.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. It looks like you've got an exit slip from the peloton. It's riding quietly.
The front runners are 10 kilometres from the first intermediate sprint.
You're the best placed on the overall standings. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. Don't let the counterattack catch up. The peloton won't let... At the front, you're the best placed for the green jersey. Well, on flat stages, that's not where you see the most drama. You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important will happen. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. Risk of Baroudeurs. Puncture! Puncture! No, just kidding. It was to wake up the mechanic. This is from the immediate sprint.
The breakaway is losing ground.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The riders are onto a fairly hilly section. It will last for about 50 kilometres to the top of the Col du Pilon. The next difficulty is listed as third category.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. You're 2 kilometers from the top.
Allez, plus vite.
Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton. His teammates are riding to protect the jersey. The gap is decreasing.
The Col du Pilon is now being climbed.
You're the best placed on the overall standings in the breakaway. At the front, you're the best placed for the green jersey. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. Our leader has fallen. He needs help right away so he doesn't lose time on the overall standings. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. You have 30 seconds on the peloton. Last kilometer. Don't look back. The peloton is right behind you.
He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls. He's amongst the leading riders this. He is in sparkling form, and he's amongst the leading riders this year. He tops the standings.
Well done, lads! Congratulations to you! We weren't even amongst the outsiders, can you imagine? Well done for this win! We take the green jersey. It's a good day. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route, where the closing kilometers should suit the punchers, and an opportunity to lead the general classification. Even if the stage isn't really within our scope, you've got to stay vigilant for the general classification. Good race to you all!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. With the Petit Ballon and Platz Basel coming one after the other, the stage seems destined to go to a climb. However, some riders who let go on these climbs could well claw their way back before the finish and shake things up for the stage win.
This stage must be a part of his objectives, because his teammates are already managing the time gap.
One minute for the breakaway. It's looking good.
The peloton is starting to ride behind you. It looks like he doesn't want yet another rider at the head of the race.
The first pass is classified as a Category 2. It is the Col du First Plan, an 8-kilometer climb at 5.5%. There will be 5 points to the first rider over the top.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway.
After the descent, the riders begin the ascent of the Petit Ballon, 9 kilometers at 8%. Time gap stabilized. After the descent, the riders begin the ascent of the Petit Ballon, 9 kilometers at 8%. The race leaders start the climb of the Petit Ballon. Classified as first category, riders will have to be in the first. The next summit is ranked first category. The first 6 riders will score 10, 8, 6. The rider. The Col du Platz of Vazel is a 7-kilometer climb. Its average slope is 8.5%. The feed zone is nearing for the men at the front. The final intermediate sprint of the day is approaching. As always, there'll be 20 points to be picked up towards the green jersey for the first one over the line. From here on, the road to the finishing line harbours no difficulty. The lead riders will probably have to fight it out in a sprint.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us... we can say he tops the stamp.
Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage. Finishing in the top 10, even... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The profile is special, with one major difficulty.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We should witness a one-climb race today. The teams of the favourites should manage affairs up to the foot of the Montagne de Loure, from where the front runners will fight it out to the stage win.
Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
The first climb is set close to the start. It should allow the Baroudeurs to launch the early breakaway. The Col des Murs is not very steep, barely 4%, but it's long enough to favour a breakaway by riders with some climber qualities. The first king of the mountain summit is classified as a Category 3. There will be 2 points and 1 point to be scored at the top. The first rider in the intermediate sprint will earn 20 points towards the green jersey.
Up the pace, guys, to prepare for the intermediate sprint. He retakes the virtual lead of the overall standings. He won't have been out of his jersey for long.
Continue comme ça.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. There's plenty of damage at the back of the peloton. It will be a long day in the saddle for those who fall behind. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponent.
The feed zone is in sight for the head of the race. Riders will be able to pick up some nourishment.
There's not a lot going on. If this was a video game, I'd advance the clock to the last difficulty. You didn't make any... so that everyone agrees to cooperate. But be careful not to do too much in order to save some strength for the finish. Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy to attack. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. That's good enough, lads. There's no way we can lose the green jersey today. It's good. You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents. The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
The next difficulty is also classified as third category. The first 2 to the top score 2 and 1 point towards the polka dot jersey. Here we are at Montagne de Lure, with a little more than 15 kilometres of climbing. The favourites for the general classification will have ample opportunity to gorge each other and attack to create gaps. The climb is ranked as first category. There will therefore be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point for the best climber jersey at the top of the Montagne de Lure. The advance of the lead group should be the yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
Only 5 kilometers.
Acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep.
Behind, the yellow jersey is moving onto the offensive.
At less than 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can say he's amongst the leading riders. He's amongst the leading. He will climb.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't... It's the final stage, guys. Today's route is hilly and...
Hello everyone. This stage, ridden through the Nice hinterland, could prove to be eventful. With difficulties all along the route, there will be numerous opportunities to go on the offensive. One minute for the break. The first 15 to pass the intermediate sprint score points towards the green jersey.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack. The breakaway is 5 kilometers from the intermediate. I think you can take a breather. He's got his team riding to reel in the counterattack.
Continuez comme ça. Bravo les gars. Bravo les gars. Bravo les gars. Allez les gars. Hop hop hop, allez. Oui, on est avec toi. C'est bien, allez.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The race is on to the first climb of the day, the Côte de l'Avance, a first difficulty that should allow the men in front to widen the gap.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price. The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. The gap is widening.
The first 6...
He goes back to the top of the overall climber standing. Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
The break is still not done. It's difficult to escape today. Now a long descent will take riders towards the Col d'Aise, the last pass of the day and an emblematic location in the Paris-Nice race.
The front of the peloton is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint. He seems interested in a stage win. That must be why his teammates are riding hard.
The front of the race is now starting the ascent of the Col d'Aise. If a rider manages to go over the top alone, he will have a good chance for a win, because thereafter, the
The peloton is 2 kilometers from the top of the climb.
no one has managed to get away on the Col d'Aise. We'll no doubt see a small group of riders fight at the sprint on the Promenade des Anglais. Counter-attack at the front of the peloton.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us we can say that he will climb onto the podium. He is inspired. We can say...
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity. We finish with the green jersey. It's great. You managed the sprints.